As episode 8 begins, the atmosphere around Rio Paloma is tense and uncertain. The ranch has survived countless challenges over the years, but this time the threat feels different. Instead of coming from outside enemies alone, the danger is growing from within. Family members are divided, loyalties are being questioned, and the leadership structure that once seemed stable is beginning to crack under the weight of personal ambition and emotional conflict. The collapse of Beulah Jackson remains the biggest mystery hanging over the ranch. Her sudden medical emergency shocked everyone, but the timing made the situation even more explosive. Moments before collapsing, she publicly named Rob Will as her successor. That announcement instantly changed the balance of power. What should have been a celebration became the beginning of a new battle for control. Many people on the ranch are struggling to accept Beulah's decision. Some believe she made the right choice because Rob Will represents fresh ideas and modern leadership. Others believe she ignored the people who have sacrificed everything for the ranch over the years. This disagreement is likely to become even more intense in episode 8, especially if Beulah is unable to immediately return to her leadership role. For Rob Will, the situation is both an opportunity and a challenge. On one hand, he finally has a chance to prove himself. On the other hand, every move he makes will be judged by people who are waiting for him to fail. Leadership is easy when everyone supports you. Leadership becomes much harder when half the ranch is questioning whether you deserve the position at all. The pressure on Rob Will is likely to increase with every passing scene. He knows that one mistake could turn supporters against him. He also knows that several people are looking for any excuse to challenge his authority. That pressure could push him toward making risky decisions, and risky decisions often have serious consequences. At the same time, Joaquin appears ready for a fight. Throughout the season, Joaquin has shown that he is not willing to stand quietly on the sidelines while others take control. He believes he understands what the ranch needs, and he is unlikely to accept Rob Will's rise without resistance. Their conflict has been building slowly, but episode 8 finally appears ready to bring everything into the open. The confrontation between Joaquin and Rob Will could become much more than a simple disagreement. It represents two different visions for the future. One side believes change is necessary, while the other believes tradition must be protected. The outcome of their battle could influence every major storyline moving forward. Meanwhile, Rip Wheeler finds himself caught in the middle of the growing chaos. Rip has spent most of his life protecting the ranch and the people he loves. He understands that leadership is not about power. It is about responsibility. That understanding has made him one of the most respected figures on the ranch, but it has also forced him to carry enormous burdens. Episode 8 appears determined to test Rip's strength in new ways. Physical challenges have never frightened him. Emotional challenges are far more difficult. Watching the ranch become divided, watching friends turn against one another, and watching uncertainty spread throughout the community may prove harder than any fight he has ever faced. The storm approaching Rio Paloma only adds to the pressure. Storms have always played an important role in Western storytelling. They force people into uncomfortable situations. They reveal hidden truths. They remind everyone that some forces cannot be controlled. This particular storm seems positioned to do all three. As the weather grows worse, characters may find themselves trapped together, forced to confront feelings and conflicts they have been avoiding. Conversations that have been delayed for weeks may finally happen. Secrets that have remained hidden may finally come to light. Relationships may either grow stronger or break apart completely. Beth is also preparing for her own battle. She has always been one of the smartest people in the room, but intelligence alone may not be enough this time. Episode 8 appears ready to challenge Beth emotionally. She may be forced to choose between competing priorities, and every option could come with painful consequences. Beth understands that every decision matters. She understands that protecting the ranch sometimes requires sacrifice. However, she also understands that there comes a point when sacrifice becomes too expensive. Finding that balance may become one of her greatest challenges during this episode. One possibility is that Beth begins working on a long-term plan that extends beyond episode 8. While everyone else focuses on immediate problems, Beth may already be thinking several steps ahead. She may see opportunities that others have missed. If that's the case, her actions in this episode could lay the foundation for events that unfold during the season finale. Then there is Carter, whose journey continues to be one of the most emotional storylines in the series. Carter arrived at the ranch searching for direction. Over time, he has found mentors, responsibilities, and a sense of belonging. But episode 8 suggests that his real test is only beginning. The crossroads facing Carter could involve loyalty, responsibility, or personal growth. Whatever form it takes, the decision he makes is likely to have lasting consequences. This may be the moment when he stops being viewed as a troubled young man and starts becoming someone capable of caring. Rip's influence on Carter cannot be ignored. Throughout the season, Rip has taught him lessons about hard work, loyalty, and perseverance. Episode May 8 reveal whether those lessons have truly taken root. If Carter rises to the occasion, he could take a major step toward becoming the future of the ranch. Another factor that makes episode 8 so important is its position within the season. As the second-to-last episode, it has the responsibility of preparing viewers for the finale. That means raising the stakes, increasing the tension, and creating new questions that demand answers. Every major storyline appears to be accelerating. The leadership struggle is becoming more intense. Personal relationships are facing greater pressure. The future of the ranch feels increasingly uncertain. All of these developments point toward a finale that could change everything. Fans should pay close attention to smaller moments throughout the episode. Sometimes the most important developments are not the loudest ones. A quiet conversation between Rip and Beth could reveal crucial information. A brief interaction involving Carter could hint at future leadership changes. Even a single decision by Rob, Will, or Joaquin could create consequences that extend far beyond this episode. As the episode approaches its conclusion, viewers should expect tensions to reach their highest point yet. Alliances may shift unexpectedly. Characters may reveal their true intentions. Long-standing conflicts may finally explode into open confrontation. The ranch has been moving toward this moment all season, and there is no turning back now. By the time the credits begin to roll, the future of Rio Paloma may look dramatically different. Some characters will emerge stronger than ever. Others may discover that power comes with a price. The choices made during episode 8 could determine who ultimately survives the battles still to come. Most importantly, this episode appears designed to remind viewers that Dutton Ranch is not just a story about land or power. It is a story about family, loyalty, sacrifice, and the difficult decisions people make when everything they love is on the line. And if the previews are any indication, episode 8 is about to deliver one of the most unforgettable chapters of the season. As the story continues, one of the most fascinating questions surrounding episode 8 is whether the ranch can survive the growing divide between old values and new ambitions. For years, the strength of the ranch came from unity. Even when disagreements emerged, everyone understood that protecting the land came first. Now, that unity appears to be fading, and the consequences could be devastating. Several ranch hands are beginning to feel caught in the middle of the leadership conflict. They respect the traditions that built the ranch, but they also understand that change may be necessary for survival. This uncertainty creates an atmosphere where trust becomes increasingly difficult. Every conversation carries hidden meaning, and every decision feels connected to a larger struggle for control. Rip understands this better than anyone. He has spent years building relationships based on loyalty and respect. Watching those relationships weaken may be one of the most painful experiences of his life. There is a strong possibility that episode 8 will show Rip trying to hold the ranch together while everything around him threatens to fall apart. At some point during the episode, Rip may be forced to make a choice that no one else is willing to make. He could find himself standing between two sides that are preparing for conflict. If that happens, his decision could determine whether the ranch moves toward peace or open war. Another important element to watch is the relationship between Rip and Beth. Their bond has survived countless challenges, but the pressure surrounding them continues to grow. Both characters carry enormous responsibilities, and both understand that the future of the ranch may depend on their actions. Episode 8 could provide some of the most emotional scenes of the season as they discuss what lies ahead. There is also the possibility that Beth begins uncovering information that others have overlooked. Beth has always been observant. She notices details that most people ignore. If there are secrets connected to Beulah's decision or Robb Will's sudden rise to power, Beth may be the first person to recognize them. Her investigation could reveal shocking truths that completely change the direction of the story. Meanwhile, Carter's journey continues to gain importance. The ranch represents more than a home to him. It represents a second chance. Every lesson he learns brings him closer to understanding what it means to belong somewhere. Episode May 8 present him with an opportunity to prove that he is ready for greater responsibility. Imagine a situation where Carter must act without guidance from Rip. Imagine him facing a challenge that requires courage, maturity, and quick thinking. Such a moment could become a turning point in his character arc. It would demonstrate that he is no longer simply learning from others but beginning to develop into a leader himself. The approaching storm may also create unexpected partnerships. Characters who normally avoid each other could find themselves working together. Old rivals may be forced to cooperate for the sake of survival. These interactions often produce some of the most memorable moments in television because they reveal sides. As darkness falls over Rio Paloma, the emotional intensity is likely to increase. Fear, uncertainty, and frustration could push several characters toward decisions they later regret. Some may act out of anger. Others may act out of desperation. In either case, the consequences could be enormous. One particularly interesting possibility is that the episode ends with a major betrayal. The season has repeatedly explored themes of loyalty and trust, making betrayal a natural next step in the story. If someone chooses personal ambition over family, the damage could be impossible to repair. Such a twist would create tremendous momentum heading into the finale. Another prediction involves Beulah herself. Even if she survives, she may awaken to find that her decision has triggered chaos throughout the ranch. Realizing the consequences of her choice could force her to reconsider everything. She may discover that leadership is not simply about selecting a successor but about understanding how that decision affects everyone involved. As the final act of the episode approaches, viewers should expect emotions to reach a boiling point. Conversations that began calmly may turn into heated arguments. Hidden resentments may finally emerge. People who have remained silent for weeks may decide they can no longer stay quiet. Every unresolved conflict appears ready to explode. The closing moments of episode 8 could leave audiences stunned. Imagine Rip standing alone as the storm rages around him, realizing that the ranch he has fought to protect is changing forever. Imagine Beth uncovering a piece of information that alters everything she thought she knew. Imagine Carter taking his first true step toward becoming the man Rip hopes he can be. These are the kinds of powerful moments that define great television. They are the moments that stay with viewers long after the episode ends. They are the moments that make fans count down the days until the next chapter arrives. No matter what happens, episode 8 appears to be setting the stage for an unforgettable season finale. The ranch stands at a crossroads. Families are divided. Loyalties are being tested. Power is shifting. And with every passing minute, the storm grows closer. When the credits finally roll, one thing will be clear: the future of Dutton Ranch will never be the same again, and the decisions made in episode 8 will shape the destiny of every major character moving forward.